Now, I do have a little bit of an issue with Jason. I like the entire setup of his character and his motivation. Chrissy was his girlfriend, and Eddie was the last person to see her alive, and Eddie is also a drug dealer, but also someone who he believes is part of a cult. Which, by the way, is very accurate to public perception of metal back in the 80s, especially by people who have been raised in a conservative Christian household. So when you first see Eddie make this guy float and all of his limbs breaking, and then catching Lucas with Max in this environment that looks a lot like a sacrifice, with all of that, I think it only makes sense that you would come to the conclusion that these are in fact satanic rituals and sacrifices. But then he dies. Like, it just feels so unfinished. He was the main purpose who pointed out Eddie as Chrissy's killer, and he never realizes what's going on. Like, can you imagine how meaningful it would have been if he maybe followed Dustin and Eddie into the Upside Down, and preparing to attack Eddie, he then sees them fighting off the bats, and he's like, oh, wait, you're actually fighting off the demons, you're not on their side. And you can even make this more interesting by having one of the bats attack Jason, and Eddie is the one saving him. And then after Eddie's death, Jason would go back to the real world and going on record trying to clear Eddie's name, telling everyone that it's actually Vecna or demons or whatever. I don't think any of the public would believe him, but it would mean so much for Jason and all the other characters as well. It would have been such an interesting arc, and it would have given so much substance to Jason's character and also given so much more meaning to Eddie's death. But none of that happens. Jason just dies, not realizing his mistake and not being able to clear Eddie's name whatsoever.